What if I told you that the greatest secret to success is not hidden in a business book, not locked inside Wall Street, not reserved for the lucky or the connected, but already living inside you? What if the real reason some people rise, lead, build empires, and create lasting impact isn't because they're smarter or richer or more talented, but because they understand something deeper, something invisible, something powerful? In America, we're taught to hustle, to grind, to compete, to chase, and there's nothing wrong with hard work. But have you ever noticed that two people can work equally hard, and one breaks through while the other stays stuck? Two people can have the same degree, the same opportunity, even the same starting point, yet their results look completely different. Why? Because success is not only physical, it's spiritual. There is an inner dimension to achievement that most people ignore, a level of belief, clarity, emotional power, and purpose that determines whether effort multiplies or merely exhausts you. And until you unlock that inner dimension, success will always feel like a struggle instead of a flow. Tonight, we're not talking about surface-level motivation. We're not talking about temporary hype. We're talking about activating the deeper force that aligns your mind, your emotions, your habits, and your purpose into one unstoppable direction. Imagine waking up every morning with absolute clarity. Imagine walking into opportunities with quiet confidence. Imagine facing setbacks without losing belief. Imagine building success that feels meaningful, not empty. That is the spiritual side of success. And if you stay with me until the end of this message, you're going to discover how to shift from chasing results to becoming the kind of person results chase. This is not just about money. It's not just about status. It's about alignment. It's about power from within. It's about becoming unshakable in a world full of distractions. So lean in, silence the noise, and ask yourself one powerful question. What if the breakthrough you've been waiting for is waiting for you to unlock what's already inside you? Definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all meaningful achievement because it gives direction to your thoughts, discipline to your actions, and power to your persistence. Most people drift through life wishing for success, hoping for change, and desiring better results, yet they lack one essential element, a clearly defined objective. A vague desire produces vague outcomes. When you do not know exactly what you want, your energy becomes scattered, your decisions become uncertain, and your efforts lose intensity. But the moment you define your purpose with clarity and conviction, something remarkable begins to happen within you. Your mind starts organizing ideas around that purpose. Your attention becomes selective. Opportunities that once seemed invisible suddenly appear because your focus is sharpened. Definiteness of purpose is not merely setting a goal, it is forming a commitment so strong that it influences your daily behavior, your habits, and even your self-image. It transforms wishing into willing. A definite purpose must be specific, measurable in vision, and emotionally charged. It should excite you, challenge you, and demand growth from you. When your purpose carries emotional weight, it activates deeper levels of concentration and creativity. The subconscious mind responds more powerfully to clear instructions than to uncertain hopes. By repeatedly affirming your purpose and visualizing its fulfillment, you begin to align your inner world with your intended outcome. This alignment reduces internal conflict and strengthens determination. Definiteness of purpose also acts as a filter for decision-making. When distractions arise, you measure them against your chief aim. If they do not serve your purpose, they lose their appeal. If they support it, you pursue with confidence. This clarity eliminates wasted effort and accelerates progress. Furthermore, a definite purpose builds resilience because you understand why you endure temporary setbacks. You interpret challenges as steps toward your aim rather than as reasons to quit. The clearer your purpose, the stronger your persistence. It creates mental endurance, emotional stability, and strategic thinking. Without a definite purpose, ambition fades under pressure. With it, even ordinary effort becomes extraordinary because it is concentrated, intentional, and guided by a compelling vision that continually pulls you forward. Faith and inner belief form the invisible foundation upon which all lasting success is built, because no achievement can rise higher than the level of conviction that supports it. Faith is not passive optimism or blind hope. It is a deliberate state of mind cultivated through repeated thought, emotional reinforcement, and disciplined self-talk. It is the ability to hold a mental image of success so vividly and so consistently that it begins to feel real long before it becomes visible. When you possess genuine inner belief, you act differently, speak differently, and carry yourself with quiet certainty. Doubt weakens initiative, but faith strengthens decision. Doubt magnifies obstacles, but belief magnifies solutions. The mind operates according to dominant thoughts, and when faith becomes dominant, it influences perception, behavior, and resilience. Inner belief reshapes your interpretation of events. Failure is no longer a verdict, it becomes feedback. Delay is no longer denial, it becomes preparation. Faith gives you emotional stability during uncertainty because it anchors you to a vision greater than present circumstances. This kind of belief must be intentionally developed. It grows through repetition of empowering ideas, visualization of desired outcomes, and association with influences that reinforce confidence rather than fear. The subconscious mind accepts what it is consistently told with feeling. When you repeatedly affirm your capability and imagine success with conviction, you gradually replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Faith transforms fear into courage by redirecting focus from potential loss to potential gain. It allows you to move forward before you have all the evidence, trusting that action guided by belief will reveal the next step. Inner belief also affects how others respond to you, because confidence communicates certainty. People are naturally drawn to those who appear sure of their direction. Opportunities tend to favor individuals who demonstrate conviction in their purpose. Faith does not eliminate challenges, but it changes how you confront them. Instead of retreating at the first sign of resistance, you persist because your belief outweighs your doubt. This mental state becomes self-reinforcing. Each courageous action strengthens belief, and stronger belief encourages bolder action. Over time, faith becomes a habit of thought, a steady inner force that sustains momentum, sharpens focus, and supports achievement. Even when external validation is absent, the subconscious influence is one of the most powerful yet least understood forces behind achievement, because it operates silently beneath conscious awareness while shaping behavior, perception, and results. Your subconscious mind acts as a storehouse of beliefs, memories, habits, and emotional impressions gathered over time. It does not analyze or judge ideas, it simply accepts repeated thoughts as instructions and works tirelessly to express them in action and experience. Whatever you consistently think about, especially when combined with strong emotion, penetrates this deeper level of mind and becomes part of your internal programming. If you dwell on limitation, fear, and self-doubt, your subconscious absorbs these patterns and subtly guides your decisions to confirm them. Conversely, if you deliberately impress it with confidence, vision, and expectancy of success, it begins organizing your thoughts and behaviors in alignment with those empowering beliefs. This is why repetition and emotional intensity are critical. A single positive thought has little impact, but persistent affirmation charged with feeling gradually reshapes inner conditioning. Visualization is a powerful method of influencing the subconscious because the mind responds to vivid imagery almost as strongly as it does to real experience. When you repeatedly see yourself achieving your goal, experiencing the reward, and feeling the satisfaction, you create neural patterns that make decisive action more natural and less intimidating. The subconscious also influences creativity and intuition. Often solutions appear unexpectedly after focused thought because the deeper mind has been processing information beyond conscious awareness. By feeding it clear goals and constructive beliefs, you direct this hidden processing power toward productive outcomes. Habits are another expression of subconscious influence. Repeated actions become automatic because they are stored as patterns below conscious effort. By intentionally practicing productive behaviors and reinforcing them with positive self-talk, you install success-oriented habits that operate without constant willpower. Guarding your mental environment becomes essential, since conversations, media, and associations continually supply suggestions to the subconscious. Deliberate exposure to uplifting influences strengthens constructive patterns, while negative input reinforces limitation. Through disciplined thought selection, repeated affirmation, emotional engagement, and consistent action, you transform the subconscious from an accidental recorder of circumstance into a purposeful ally that quietly supports ambition, sharpens focus, and sustains momentum. Emotional energy is the driving force that transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement because emotion gives power, intensity, and momentum to thought. Thoughts by themselves can remain weak and inactive, but when combined with strong feeling, they become magnetic and compelling. Emotion acts as a catalyst that impresses ideas more deeply upon the subconscious mind and propels the body into decisive action. Passion, enthusiasm, gratitude, love, and even constructive dissatisfaction are forms of energy that elevate commitment beyond routine effort. When your goal is supported by genuine emotional involvement, you naturally devote more attention, creativity, and resilience to it. Emotional energy sharpens focus because what you feel strongly about commands your concentration. It strengthens memory, increases persistence, and fuels determination during moments of fatigue or doubt. Individuals who succeed at high levels rarely rely on logic alone. They are emotionally connected to their vision. That connection sustains them when immediate results are absent. Gratitude is particularly powerful because it shifts attention from scarcity to abundance, reinforcing confidence and optimism. When you appreciate progress and possibilities, you generate a positive internal atmosphere that encourages initiative. Love for your craft, your mission, or the people you serve deepens dedication and enhances quality of effort. Even adversity can be converted into emotional fuel when frustration is redirected into motivation rather than resentment. The key lies in conscious direction of feeling. Uncontrolled emotion can weaken judgment, but disciplined emotion strengthens resolve. By deliberately cultivating uplifting feelings through visualization, empowering language, inspiring associations, and purposeful reflection, you condition yourself to approach challenges with energy rather than hesitation. Emotional intensity also influences communication and leadership because enthusiasm is contagious. Others respond to conviction that is felt as well as spoken. This magnetism attracts company, operation, support, and opportunity. Sustained achievement requires more than strategy, it demands vitality. Emotional energy replenishes willpower and prevents discouragement from taking root. When you consistently align positive feeling with your objectives, you create inner momentum that carries you forward with strength, creativity, and unwavering engagement, even in the face of temporary obstacles. Persistence through adversity is the disciplined determination to continue advancing toward a definite aim despite obstacles, delays, criticism, or temporary defeat. It is not stubbornness without direction, but sustained effort guided by purpose and strengthened by belief. Every worthwhile ambition encounters resistance because growth demands expansion beyond comfort. When difficulties arise, they reveal the depth of commitment behind a goal. Many begin with enthusiasm, yet withdraw when progress slows or opposition appears. Persistence separates those who merely desire success from those who decide upon it. It transforms setbacks into lessons and disappointment into refinement. Each challenge carries information about strategy, preparation, or character, and the persistent individual interprets adversity as feedback rather than failure. This mindset preserves momentum. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" the persistent thinker asks, "What is this teaching me?" Such interpretation protects confidence and sustains action. Persistence also strengthens emotional endurance. When effort continues despite uncertainty, self-trust increases. The mind becomes conditioned to withstand discomfort, and resilience grows through repeated exposure to difficulty. Temporary defeat often precedes breakthrough because obstacles compel innovation and sharpen problem-solving ability. Many opportunities are disguised as obstacles requiring courage to uncover them. Persistence keeps attention fixed on the objective rather than on the inconvenience of the moment. It reduces the influence of fear because consistent action leaves less room for doubt to expand. Moreover, persistence builds credibility. Others observe consistency and become more willing to cooperate with someone who refuses to abandon their purpose. Discipline plays a crucial role in sustaining persistence. Motivation may fluctuate, but disciplined habit maintains progress during emotional lows. By establishing routines aligned with the goal, effort continues even when inspiration fades. Persistence is cumulative. Each day of continued effort compounds into significant advancement over time. It also reshapes identity. A person who repeatedly overcomes resistance begins to see themselves as capable and determined. The self-concept reinforces further endurance. Adversity then becomes a testing ground that strengthens conviction, clarifies strategy, and deepens resolve, gradually transforming challenges into stepping stones toward achievement. Service and contribution represent the principle that lasting success expands in direct proportion to the value you create for others. When achievement is pursued solely for personal gain, it often produces temporary satisfaction. But when it is anchored in contribution, it generates influence, loyalty, and sustained growth. Every exchange in life is built upon value. Income reflects usefulness. Opportunity reflects trust. Impact reflects the difference you make in the lives of others. By focusing on how you can solve problems, improve experiences, or uplift those around you, you align your ambitions with a larger purpose that extends beyond self-interest. This alignment strengthens motivation because the goal carries meaning as well as reward. Contribution sharpens creativity, since serving others requires understanding their needs, challenges, and desires. It compels you to develop skills, increase competence, and elevate standards. The more effectively you serve, the more indispensable you become. In this way, service transforms competition into differentiation. Rather than striving to outdo others, you strive to outserve them. Generosity of effort builds reputation, and reputation builds opportunity. People naturally support individuals and organizations that consistently deliver value. Contribution also cultivates gratitude and perspective. When your focus shifts from what you lack to what you can give, dissatisfaction loses its grip and purpose gains strength. This outward orientation reduces fear because attention is placed on helping rather than protecting.
Service fosters connection, and connection multiplies influence.
Networks expand when others feel respected and benefited. Financial rewards often follow contribution as a byproduct rather than as the primary objective. This principle operates in every profession and enterprise. Those who rise to leadership positions usually do so because they enhance the performance or well-being of many others. Contribution builds trust, and trust accelerates cooperation. Moreover, serving others refines character. It encourages patience, empathy, and responsibility, qualities that sustain long-term achievement. When ambition is blended with a sincere desire to create meaningful impact, success becomes more stable, more respected, and more enduring because it rests upon relationships strengthened by consistent value. In conclusion, the spiritual side of success is not a mystery reserved for a chosen few. It is a law of inner alignment available to anyone willing to discipline their thoughts, define their purpose, strengthen their faith, direct their subconscious, influence, channel emotional energy, persist through adversity, and commit to meaningful contribution. Success begins within long before it appears outwardly. When your purpose is clear, your belief is unwavering, your mind is conditioned for victory, your emotions are directed with intention, your persistence is stronger than your obstacles, and your ambition serves more than yourself. You activate forces that elevate your results beyond ordinary effort. True achievement is not accidental. It is the natural outcome of inner harmony expressed through consistent action. The spiritual dimension of success transforms struggle into growth, delay into preparation, and work into fulfillment because it connects ambition with meaning. When you master your inner world, you gain control over the only territory that truly determines your destiny. And from that mastery flows confidence, clarity, resilience, and impact. May your vision grow clearer each day. May your faith become stronger than your fears, and may your efforts bring both prosperity and purpose into your life. I wish you courage in moments of doubt, strength in times of challenge, and wisdom in every decision you make. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your commitment to becoming the highest version of yourself.